sometimes you just lose for it. So my strategy sometimes when I'm fighting Ganons is to exclusively punish jabs. I will let them aerial 4 times in a row, but if they ever aerial into jab, I kill them. So
Ooh, and here we see the grab right away. You said how it could be a kill. Let's see if J-Salt or if Reesch has it that way.
And finding into the knee on the mistech. First grab, first kill, brutal.
Reesch has it that way. That's it.
Yeah.
It's confirmed. Holy
You do
moly.
be having it that way, damn.
Okay, so you know that NoFlux is going to have to play super careful there. We saw an F tilt there to sort of keep Reesch out. That was kind of clever. That upward angled F tilt can kind of cover that approaching option from the air. Pretty nice.
Yep, F tilt almost the same as jab, to be honest. It's like when Ganon does like aerial lands, it's like, does he do a ground move or not? You know, and if he doesn't, he goes right back to the other aerial. You can like call that out and approach right away. But if he does do a ground move, you have to wait for the ground move and then call the next step and like punish that. Right? But right now, Reesch seems to have all the patience in the world. He's like very down to like watch Ganon whiff a couple moves, and then like the longer you wait, the more the mix-up becomes in Falcon's favor because he just has all the tempo.
Ooh, okay, Reesch finally gets clipped by an up air there. It almost felt like he was getting ready to get another great hit, right? As he was like spacing around the approaches from Ganon, but that time he does get clipped, and Ganon showing quite a bit of ability to get those kills quickly as well.
Really clever extensions here from NoFluxes, finding the hit into the knockdown with 4 tilts and jabs, and this time another grab from Reesch. Man, he's consistently getting the tech chases every single time. And the only way Ganon has to escape is to DI off stage, right? And just like that, the double up air the first time he goes off stage here. Ouch!
Wow, yeah, and I mean, just brutal. What is his OPK right now? Like 1.4 or some stuff?
Yeah,
like, jeez.
Something nutty. Reesch looks like he has some experience in this matchup right now because he's not only playing like clean and like reading his opponent, but he really seems to be kind of picking apart in terms of like character weaknesses. There's the edge guard. Kind of talked a little bit about how like one of the strengths for Ganon is that if you get him off stage, you do get to just reverse up air and just kill him. And he has that on lock when he gets to good position.
Yeah, it feels like when NoFluxes finds his hit, he blows him up just the same, right? The problem is that NoFluxes is sort of forced to swing with moves he doesn't want in a lot of places. And then, you know, he's just getting hit way more.
Can't get too comfy though. That lead was starting to look real tenuous off that stomp. If he finds the 4 there, that could have just tied the game up right there. And yeah, it's funny to say that, right? Because the game doesn't feel like we were 1 hit away from being tied. But Ganon could close it out here, finding the back air. Can't really down B here. If Falcon down B, he just dies. So you got to be real careful.
Yeah, goes for the early up. He is able to find his way back and catches the tech roll in with a knee. Reesch is going to close out his game, but it got kind of spooky.
Yeah, definitely was starting to get a little dicey. I think NoFlux is starting to find his footing a little bit, saying, okay, as long as I can protect myself, I can survive long enough to kind of find the right hit. And he did seem to find a way to protect himself, because before, Reesch was finding his way in there with the grabs, especially, right? And then sometimes the aerials. But once you can kind of swat him away for doing that, it's not just a light swat. You like swat him away, you know?
Yeah, and we definitely saw exactly what you were talking about, right? When either player got the other off stage, that was just sort of lights out. We saw, I think, 1 recovery from Reesch in that last stock, and that's how he was able to sort of close it out. But, you know, getting 1 out of 7 recoveries or whatever is not so great.
Reesch looking for the nair there. Ganon can kind of hold down and hold shield, and nair is like not super effective, but air to air, nair is insane, so you still throw out a ton of them. Yeah.
Yeah, and these grabs, as soon as NoFluxes starts to feel a little bit uncomfortable playing the air-to-air game, he just gets grabbed right away,
Exactly.
Right? Like it's so clear the way that Reesch is trying to punish any sort of grounded play.
Oh, and finding the double up air off stage. Ganon has a chance to recover here and does actually make it back to the platform, finding the drop down up air for the reversal. Back into Reesch's arms.
Yeah, Reesch picks it right back up. Again, dude, the way that Reesch is playing is so nice right now. It's like super over aggressive most of the time, but then with like that like little splash of conservatism every now and then, that is exactly what he needs to catch his opponent trying to punish him. So I think it looks really, really cool. Yeah, and he was doing this to Mad Tyro too.
Yep. And meanwhile, NoFlux actually able to take the stock first through that. I think I mentioned before, I think it was during the NoFluxes versus Mad Tyro set, I mentioned he looks so stable, right? He just looks like a rock who's just like, you really got to figure out a way to like consistently outplay this guy to beat him, because he is consistently going to hit you really hard, and he's kind of going to make himself hard to hit. And that's kind of what's happening here. He's not doing like the flashiest openings or anything, but he's just getting hit after hit, and then suddenly you're like, wow, it's even, right?
Yeah. And you know, the thing about the way that NoFluxes is playing this is like when he's given space, he's playing a very real mix-ups, right? You see him do the like short hop double jump, and like most of the time he drifts back with a fair, but then every now and then he comes forward with a stomp. Like that's a real mix-up, right? If you try to punish the stomp, you're gonna die to the fair, and if you try to wait for the stomp, you actually get no punish. So
right,
you know, we're still even here 2 stocks apiece, and I feel like NoFluxes is doing a lot of work to create that.
Yep, and his work on the platforms is so good right now, using the edge cancels to make it so that the moves that look punishable aren't punishable at all, and then suddenly sneaking in a waveland forward air to get off the platform in order to hit you or something like that. And look at that up air covering so much of the stage right now.
One thing I want to point out in Reesh's favor here, you know, we saw in the last set against Mad Tyro how NoFluxes was able to use the stage to just kind of win the whole set. And Reesch seems to have a much clearer understanding of what Ganon's threat range really is, and is playing very safe away from Ganon when he's threatening from those like top platform and side platforms. So I like to see that from Reesch.
Yep, and it still might be 4 up airs, the classic. Does Randall get involved here? Nope, the up B just kills him outright. Nice stuff from NoFlux. And another benefit to that point that you were making about that stage kind of winning the whole set is that Reesch took game 1, right? So instead of losing game 5 or game 4 on Yoshi's, he's losing game 2 on Yoshi's, which is way more doable, because that stage unironically makes Ganon way better of a character in every matchup. So
there's no other stage that NoFluxes can counterpick that'll give him anywhere near the same kind of advantage that he got on this last stage.
Yep. Sometimes it feels like FOD should, and then it doesn't.
Yeah, it just doesn't, right? Like I'm not sure exactly what's different. Like on paper, it seems like it makes sense that they should sort of play similarly, but man, oh man, do they not?
Yeah, exactly. He ends up kind of getting overwhelmed with the low platforms and stuff, and doesn't quite have the right way to like abuse them and stuff. But regardless, we are going to go to FD, which is a tried and true Ganon counterpick for most characters. Kind of limit his slipping and sliding that he does with those platform wavelines. And the Captain Falcon punish there was really good, finding the knee conversion right off the bat, and a full stock lead at 0%.
Yeah, clean 0 to death there by Reesch. I think it looked really strong, very clear understanding of what he was going for, and he gets the full advantage for it. And yeah,
go ahead.
We saw in the last stage, right, how effective NoFluxes was at using the platforms to create his mix-ups, and here the mix-ups just feel so much more linear. It's so much harder for NoFluxes to trick you.
Yeah. And I think that Reesch is playing it really well. It reminds me of NMW's Falcon a lot, where people would often talk about how NMW would dash dance, and he doesn't like mix in wave dashes in this dash dance. He literally just dash dances for like a long time, and it like looks visually jarring. But a lot of times that's just correct. Like all that the wave dash does is add, lag frames in the middle of your dash dance or whatever, right? And Captain Falcon's dash dance is so long that he can like adjust his spacing without any use of wave dashing or anything. And you're seeing him dash dance for a really long time, and just watching Ganon flail around doing back air. And then you talked about those real mix-ups that Ganon has. You can just choose not to interact with those, but sometimes you have to, because otherwise Ganon finds this one hit, and that was brutal.
A great edge guard on the first stock and follow up with a clean kill on the second stock. Reesch forced to answer back, but able to do so. A quick kill right back, and we're at 2 stocks apiece, perfectly even. It's halftime, baby.
I love how long he's back here. Look at this. Oh, and finally getting caught by the aggressive waveline forward tilt. But once again, that is not that threatening of an option. 13%, you're down.
13% and no chance of a follow-up. There again, the jab. Another jab. Like, yeah, you're getting these. Yeah, it's racking up a little bit of percent. But how much is this grab going to be worth?
Yep.
Oh, not if he mashes out. But no, picks it right back up. Ooh, goes for the immediate regrab. Doesn't get it and instead gets stomped.
Yeah, he got stomped, but Ganon actually missed the L cancel on it. Not able to find the follow-up on it. Back into Reesh's arms here. Finding the chain grab. I don't think he can chain grab every DI, but I think your alternative is to get like down throw nared, and then that might be even worse, So.
All right. NoFlux is able to make his way out of that chain grab and finds the single hit that's needed to get the kill. Reesch A little bit on the back foot, finds the knee getting up from
Ow.
ledge.
These characters, their moves hurt, you know? Like, they both kind of hit each other so hard. So Ganon continuing to kind of play this play style where he has his box and he slowly moves it towards you. And once it reaches you, he has real mix-ups. And you gotta hold that, you know? So can't wait too long, because if you wait too long, oh, look at that addition. He did the waveline forward into a full hop stomp. He's starting to add more and more aggressive options.
Yeah, really looking for, and there you see the waveland in back air, double jump stomp, right? Trying to really force out the situation, say, if you're going to let me waveland in with something safe, that means you're letting me waveland in and play another mix-up. And wow, look at how it's working. Oh no, he missed the ledge. Oh, the stomp doesn't quite connect, but he's still off stage. This is so bad.
Oh, this is the knee, and he doesn't actually get out. It is so hard to actually recover, man. Dude, it looked like he dropped the edge guard 3 times, but actually he still had full control the whole time. All off basically an execution error from NoFlux, right? Kind of an unfortunate way for that game to end. Good stuff for Reesch to capitalize, right? But that was a really back and forth game. So.
Yeah, really impressive stuff there by Reesch to sort of hold it down. You talked about how those long dash dances, long duration dash dances were really making it hard for NoFluxes to play the mix-up game that he wanted to. I thought we saw some really cool adaptations from NoFluxes, like the waveland in jump, to sort of force those interactions. But even then, Reesch was just ready to play the mix-ups and played them really well, or at least well enough to take the game.
Yeah, it's just so hard for Ganon to lunge forward. So when you force him to do that, he kind of becomes weaker, you know? Because at first he was jumping up and coming down and protecting himself with fade back aerials. Then he fades in a little bit. Then he wavelands in with a hitbox. Then he wavelands in with no hitbox and jumps. And by then he is taking such a big risk to reach you at this point that it becomes hard. It's like almost not sustainable to play that way, right? So
right. And all that huge risk gets you is a mix-up, right? As the Ganon, you don't even get a free hit for taking that big risk. You only get to play a mix-up that's like still relatively even.
Right. Even if you do hit a stomp, the risk kind of offsets how big of a reward stomp is at that point.
Ooh, but the jab, he's able to follow the tech roll away with a fair. That is a hard read. It's not like he could react and create that, but NoFluxes will take it and is up ahead a little bit on Fountain.
Finding the down B there. Down B is actually such a strong spike, and it's a true spike, so you can't meteor it. There's like a chance that it would have killed them, but not really.
Okay, Ganon actually up being slightly too early allows him to get like popped by the back air. Can he actually get under that, or is the perfect back air always going to hit?
I'm not 100% sure. He can probably. I don't know. His sweet spot's really bad, I think. So.
So yeah, good stuff by Reesch to recognize the situation and throw out the back air to get that closeout. 3 stocks apiece, but super even. Ooh, these low side platforms giving him the up airs back and forth.
And they also allow Falcon to nair there. Like, he doesn't even have to up air in order to hit the platform. So this is kind of the difference between this stage and Yoshi's story. Is like, Ganon on the side platform doesn't feel as protected, right? Like, he was like really scary on the side platforms on Yoshi's story, and here it's kind of like, can you even get to them? Like, the moment you jump up, you're at risk of getting hit.
Oh, and the double jump knee. We've seen NoFluxes use that over and over this tournament, and now Reesch giving him a taste of his own medicine. 3 stocks to 2.
Ooh, more edge cancel stuff. Kind of finding a big hit and the offstage stomp.
That one up air, like we talked about, it's the one big hit. If NoFluxes can find that one hit, he should be able to close out with a full stock, and he's been really consistent at doing so.
Oh my god, the full hop stomp again. Kind of defending himself on the side platform this time, doing a stomp into full hop stomp. Really good stuff here. Into the falling up air. Another stomp. He's consistently finding these.
Yeah, and a lot of it comes down to if NoFluxes gets enough time to set up on the side platform, he's really scary. But if Reesch can challenge before that, there's just not much he can do. NoFluxes with a slight lead, though. Can he find one more side platform trick to win the game?
Ooh, the triple roll to avoid the invincibility. That was tricky. He rolled into the corner, then rolled out twice. Reesch getting the kill, but took 21%. Let's see if Ganon can kind of lean on that a little bit. That's not negligible. Forward air knocks down when it wouldn't at 0, I think, right? So.
Okay, the mix-ups coming off the platforms continuing to be a challenge for Reesch, but Reesch playing pretty conservatively, avoiding a lot of those. Gets caught by the dare on the platform.
Oh my god, that was a frame late. Are you kidding me? Barely not finding the stomp tech chase there. Might find something here. Using the low platform for some up air pressure. Really fancy stuff. The edge cancel barely not working out for him.
That shields the size of an M&M. He's got to find some space to create some offense of his own, but no chance. NoFluxes gets the fair. The up B has to come out early, can't go understage against Ganon. Oh, he's able to land. It's so tight. Reesch has one more shot at this.
Dude, I can't tell if NoFluxes is like missing edge cancels or he's just like mixing up whether he edge cancels or not. Because he kind of like will land on the platform and instant jump, goes out there with the forward air, closes out the edge guard. NoFlux puts himself back in there, 2-2.
Game 5, here we come. I imagine we're going to see Pokemon Stadium, which is a big problem for NoFluxes because he's been using the top platform so effectively. It's sort of like his safety zone when he plays those side platform mix-ups. He can go to the top platform. Without that, it's going to be a little bit trickier. You're going to see him have to commit a little bit more with those mix-ups to go in and just be committed to being in because you don't have that escape option. So that's going to be tricky. That's where I assume we're going. I guess technically we could go to what? Dreamland or something? I'm not sure. It'd be super weird. It is Pokemon, yeah.
Pokemon. Yep, so pretty good stage here, having the more stage to kind of dash dance a lot is what we've seen. And this is kind of the matchup here. It's like Falcon doesn't really want to interact with that side platform shenanigans. Ganon's a stronger character there. Ganon doesn't really want to go across the entire stage and lunge forward. So they both kind of play this game of chicken here for a while.
Yeah, and think back to the Yoshi's game, right? What did Reesch do when NoFluxes played his mix-ups on the side platform? He retreated all the way to the far end of the other side platform to avoid having that risk, right? And saying, no, you're going to have to lunge in to get to me. And on Pokemon, you just have more room to do that.
Yeah, and like a lot more room, right? Because not only are you like way further away, but also there's no top platform, like you mentioned, to maneuver across the stage without reaching the ground. So Reesch kind of forcing him to kind of overextend here in order to get the hit. But when he does, he finds the hit and kills immediately. So you can't get too comfy when you're sitting in the ground.
Yeah, it feels like it really comes down to Reesch has to recognize when the pull part of his game has succeeded, and now Ganon is in his face playing those mix-ups.
Right.
When Reesch recognizes that, he's great at handling it, but every now and then, NoFluxes sneaks in.
Okay, I don't think he actually meant to forward smash there. I think he tried to edge cancel a falling forward air or back air or something. But regardless, that forward smash almost connected. That would have been crazy. And yeah, I just want to also point out that I really like how NoFlux is playing it kind of slow. He's slowly moving in order to Reesch. He's not like being like, oh, he's quote unquote camping me, you know? I have to close all the distance right away to try to hit him. He is like still doing his due diligence and throwing out those hitboxes to cover the space on the way in. And then only once he finally reaches it is he going to play that mix-up, right? So.
And it really comes down to the difference between real and fake mix-ups, right?
Yep, exactly.
If you try to do that full lunge and go in one shot, there's no mix-up, right?
Yeah.
Reesch knows there's only one way you can hit him. So to take the time and to have that sort of incremental approach forward, that's how NoFluxes creates a situation where there's a real mix-up for him to deal with.
Yep. And even like just with these back airs here, like eventually you'll reach Falcon, and then the mix-up becomes, how does Falcon escape the corner? And right there we saw Falcon run under him and just like book it to center stage, right? And Falcon does have to escape the corner once you get there, right? And even though it takes Ganon a long time to traverse the entire stage, you do it eventually, and then you get a mix-up. You get rewarded every single time. So.
Yeah, we do see NoFluxes get a couple more of these hits that he doesn't want to get, right? You get an F-tilt, you get a jab. It forces Reesch to the corner, but doesn't put him in any real threat. Meanwhile, every hit that Reesch goes for feels fantastic if it hits. Look at this nair. Here we go, all the way to a kill. Yes, sir! 3 stocks to 1.
That was so strong. Yeah, that's kind of like the two-step process of like getting to the corner and then win the game. Compared to Falcon's one-step process, it feels, where he's like, I can combo from anywhere, right? So.
Yeah, any hit kills you, haha.
That's kind of the nature of these stage counter picks too. Unless he finds the kill right here. Oh, doesn't find the stomp, but it doesn't matter. The up B still guarantees Falcon's cap. Just like that, we have a tie game.
All right. Reesch uses the invincibility really well to get the grab, but the reversal, stomp looking strong. Last game, last stock. Can he do it? Reesch gets the nair into the up air. The knee misses.
Oh, and Ganon kind of getting a little antsy, double jumping back to center, kind of recenters himself, finds himself here, finds the back air, sends Falcon off stage. This could be it. The up air sends him the wrong way. Falcon has another lease on life. We're tied on percent. Are you kidding me?
Any hit's going to win it for either player. He gets the back air. It's a soft hit, but the roll up or get up is too bad. Ganon finding all these back airs. The early up Bs require